Good evening, everybody. I do hope this stream finds all of you well and safe, and I hope everybody has had an excellent weekend. All right, looks like everything is running smoothly. So yes, I hope the stream finds everybody well. That you've had a safe weekend, and that the rest of your week will go hopefully according to your plans. Um, Here we are. This is now part 4 of Dagny's adventures in or as a thousand-year-old vampire. And if you're just joining me, if this is your first stream of seeing me, welcome. Thank you. I am Jen. Um, Journaling RPGs is something that I really do want to get into. I do apologize for the noise in the background. I live in a very noisy neighborhood. Tonight is a very humid night, and trying to stream with the window closed might not bode too well for me. And I'd rather not overheat doing this for you tonight. So I do apologize for the background noise. Um, that probably will um, come into the stream. Anyway, so yes, this is part 4 of my playthrough of Thousand Year Old Vampire. Lots of interesting things have gone on. I'm just gonna pull up the book here just so that you have that pretty thing to look at. Um, the second printing, Tim Hutchings has put up a second printing of the PDFs. They are available for purchase now, and you can find that down below at the link down below at timhutchings.itch.io. And so if you want to check it out, please do so. Sorry again if this is your first time seeing me. Welcome. The first episode and or first part of this stream is available up on YouTube. That link is a really long alphanumeric one, so it is down in my link tree, which is also down at the bottom of your screen, bottom right. It's right now sitting in my dice tray. And I'm just gonna bring the the book down. And so when we left off, we had done. Well, I gained a few new skills. I gained one new skill. I know how to use an ultimatum, and I also obtained a resource. I was given this resource by I believe it was Roger, who was a hunter who was hunting me, and then I accidentally turned him into the thing that I am, and the hunter has now become the hunted. And I also have um I the last prompt told me to take a prisoner, and that is who this gentleman here is, Eric. He is a physician in a Danish settlement in Greenland, which is where we ended up. Which is where I ended up. I keep saying we because I'm thinking of of a collective thing, but really this is my story. Um, and yeah, I have him. Um, I had him captive for a while because I needed him to heal Oswine. Oswine was in need of medical attention um, due to our runnings around and everything. He couldn't quite keep up with me. I have no idea where Roger is. Roger ran away after giving me pendant that is, it's up here. Sorry, I just went by it. No, I didn't. Sorry, right here, a pendant that is in the shape of a hammer. Uh, and it's a reminder that I of who he is. You know, he was uh, who he was, the who he was as a mortal, and I took that away from him. So, without further ado, I think we're gonna keep right on going. Here's the first roll of the evening. Let's see where the prompts take us. All right, so we have 6 minus 3, which is 3, and we left off on prompt 32. So this will take us to prompt 35. Yes. So let me just find that prompt in the PDF here on my tablet. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. All right, this is certainly going to be an interesting twist of fate here. So the prompt is this. You encounter the descendant of an old foe and help them in some way. Why did you do this? Check a skill. Create a mortal character. Well, I'm pretty sure that. No, I don't just have one foe. I was going to say at this point I only have one foe, but no, I don't. Um, I technically, sorry, I keep going by the thing I need. Um, Technically, I have Edith, who is a witch. She stole my mother's sword. I'm just gonna add that in for my own reference. She stole my mother's sword, which was an heirloom for me. And I think she stole it back in the first part. Back in the first part. So, but I'm trying to. I don't know if I actually have if I actually have a memory. Um, if I actually have a memory associated with it, or associated with her, associated with Edith. Um, I'm just gonna take a quick look through my thing. So memory one was where it was where I had who I was, and that is something I no longer remember. I I have forgotten. I believe I have completely forgotten who I am. I don't think I didn't put that in my diary. So I have completely forgotten who I am at this point. Um, Memory two, I believe, is about moving around. Um, yeah, it's about moving. It's about running. Um, and adopting. Ultimately, it's sort of about rebirth in a sense. So when I met Oswine and then it's about my escape from Roger when he was still mortal, and which forced me to flee Durham and into Whitby, and then the third experience is me having to flee Whitby because there was a mob after me and my faithful servant, my faithful servitor, Oswine, he warned me of what was coming, and we fled to Greenland, where I became Arnak. Memory three right now is about the Smith. Um, that is about the Smith, so that's about Roger. Ultimately, about him hunting me, him, and then me turning him into what he is now. Memory four is about pardon me, is about me turning about Roger coming back and you know coming back and not being very happy about what I've done. um, in all fairness, I wouldn't be very happy with what I'd done either. And then memory five is about skirmishes and everything. I still have one more spot to add something possibly in there. If I can, if a prompt, if I can make a prompt fit with what's already in there. Um, Now I'm just trying to see if, just having a look to see if the sword of any. No, Edith is not in my diary. Oh, yes, she is. I'm sorry. Yes, she is. She's right here. She is part of diary entry two. Let me just do that because it did have three experiences in it. So I would remember Edith in the abstract. I would know that she was a character. She was a character that she was somebody who I ran into, somebody I encountered, but I don't remember her tangibly. Um, I have no living recollection um, of who she was. I know that she came along and stole my mother's sword. So I could have this foe related to her. That could be some fun. You know what? Yeah, I think that's who it's going to be. It's going to be somebody who was descended from Edith. Um, Now, descendant of an old foe, and I don't think I can actually tie it in with any. No, I can't actually. Um, I can't tie it into anything that I have here. So I need to forget something. And let's see. Um, I don't know if I'm quite ready to forget running away. All this moving around and how I got the new names. And I don't know if I'm ready to forget Roger yet either. So I think, and this actually makes the most sense. I'm thinking that memory five is one I'm going to forget. And yeah, this one is just about hunting. And what I did to hunt, how I hunted. Um, so yeah, I think this is going to be one I forget, and I think I'm just going to forget it. It's I don't feel that it's important enough to put in my diary to remember that I used to hunt I would I would drink the blood of my enemies, quite literally. I would drink from the dead and near dead. And then I moved from hunting men ultimately to um, hunting animals, just kind of becoming a vegetarian vampire, um, in a sense. So I really don't think this is worth remembering, at all. So I think I'm going to get rid of that. That's going to go in my discarded memories. I have about four of them in there now. Um, and this one, and I'm only adding these in, as a merely as a note to myself. And this was memory. This was my first memory 5. Yes, this was my first memory 5. All right, and I now no longer remember my hunting my hunting escapades. So I encountered the descendant of an old foe and helped them in some ways. Why did you do this? Check a skill, create a mortal character. I'm just going to check what skills I have. I know the Viking aristocracy, swordsmanship. I know how to sail. I know others like me exist. I know how to use an ultimatum. Um, I think I know. I think I know what skill. I think the skill I can check is aristocracy. I have not. It's really a skill I should have checked a long time ago. I have not been anywhere near, you know, anywhere near the Jarls in a very, very long time. um, in well over 100 years. So I think that's one um, I think that's one I can check. But first, I'm going to write the memory. So let's scroll down here to memory 5, and let's write this thing. And it was year 10. It was 1063 approximately. 1070. 1070. So you know what? Let's fast forward a few years. Let's pass. Let's skip ahead a few years. Let's say it's about 1080. Skip ahead 10 years. I'm still in Greenland. Um, let's see. Um, oh goodness. Writer's block. I have lived in the Danish settlement for 10 years now. And it is getting to be time I moved on. Those around me have aged accordingly. I I continue to look the same. No doubt, people are whispering. While in the market, looking for items to take with me when I leave, I overhear a dispute going on at a nearby merchant's stall. Um, at the doorway of a nearby merchant's shop. Curiosity gets the better of me, and I go to investigate. When I arrive, the merchant is accusing a woman of being, let's go with it, being a witch, and is refusing to let her inside to purchase what she needs. The moment I see her face, my attention is drawn to the carving in my helmet. That I etched. After encountering a witch of my own. In Northumbria. I approached the dispute. Cut in. Cut in to back up this woman's claim of not being a witch. It is clear she recognizes me for what I am, and I know the risk I am taking. But I can only hope that helping her will put me in her good graces. Fortunately, it works. She is able to purchase the goods she needs. After she thanks me, tells me her name is her name is Edna. Her name is Edna, and that she is she is that she knows who I am. She is descended from the witch Edith, who stole my mother's sword. She also tells me she will not speak Word of our meeting. To any of her kin. Whether or not she's telling the truth, I have no idea. And this was prompt 35. Okay, so all right, so we have Edna. She is a witch, and she is descendant of Edith. And you know what? I think I might actually. I think instead, I think I'm going to check swordsmanship. Um, Mainly because I've made mention of the sword that I have not had for over 100 years now. So I think it's actually about time um I get rid of that. All right, on to the next prompt. We have 7 minus 3, and that's 4. So we go up to 39. Oh dear. Prompt 39 is this. Age has damaged your diary. Strike out 3 nouns from the memories in your diary, starting from the oldest entry. If you have no diary, do this to the first 3 nouns in a memory of middling age. Well, okay. Well, I that makes sense. I've been around for 100 years. My memory is starting to fail me. Um, Strike out 3 nouns, starting with the first entry. Well, I think I only have 2 entries in there anyway. I do. Um, all right. I think I'm going to. All right. I'm going to cross out father. I have forgotten why I came to Northumbria in the first place. I have forgotten. Um, I have forgotten who I was trying to go to Northumbria with. So, so I have forgotten my father, or have forgotten why. Um, and I'm gonna actually, anytime I see that, I'm gonna actually. I am. Oh, hello, Intermute. Hello. So lovely for you to join me. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining me. Um, I do hope. I do hope. I do hope Metroid Prime. I hope she won the game, and I hope she won it. With with everything she had. I was just in a stream. I was watching a stream. Metroid Prime play through the essentially it was the end game of a game called Okami. A game I've been spoilers. There's a VOD. All right. Um. Thank you for those spoilers. I have been playing my own run through of Okami. It is a beautiful beautiful game. Um the artwork is fantastic, and Wintermute is one of the ones that has also been watching Metroid Prime play through Okami. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so very very much. I'm going through a game. It's a journaling RPG called Thousand Year Old Vampire, in which you are creating the memories of a um, which are creating the memories of a 1,000-year-old vampire from the time of their creation to the time of their death. So this is part four. If you want to catch up, do check out my link tree. My YouTube channel is down there. All of the previous episodes are there. Um, you remember playing Vampire the Masquerade? That's one I haven't yet played. I haven't played that yet. But maybe when I'll check it out, and I'll check it out at some point, and I'll have a look at it. So I'm just going through a prompt here that's told me to strike out three nouns in my diary, and so I'm going through that and doing that now. So I have completely forgotten why I left my home of Norway. Completely forgotten that I was going because I was following my father, and I didn't want to, I wanted to go with him and see the world. I've forgotten who I forgot, I've forgotten who I was following. I think one of the other nouns I'm going to strike out, and I just think it's appropriate at this point, is the word sword. I have now completely forgotten. I now do not know what Edith the Witch stole from me. I have completely forgotten that now. Or I haven't forgotten it, but the age has etched out that has etched out those words, and so yeah. Sorry, Mom, I've completely forgotten what you gave me and what Edith stole from me. Should be interesting if I ever encounter Edith again. And I need one more word. I think I'm do I cross out do I cross out Bjorn? Because technically a noun is a person, place, or thing. Um ooh, I also have another iteration of father. I have several iterations of father. I now know I killed somebody. I don't don't remember it being my father though. And all right, I need one more now. One more now. You know what? Let's make it Northumbria. I have forgotten where I was sailing to. All I know is I ended up there somehow. Um, and I don't think I have. Oh, yep, I do have Northumbria there as well. All right, those are the three nouns. They are gone, absolutely gone from my diary. So now I have no way of really. Even in the abstract, I don't remember them. All right, on to the next prompt. Let's see where this takes us. All right, that's 3 minus 2, which is 1. I'm going up one prompt to prompt 40. And so basically, how you I'll just catch you up a little bit, Wintermead, if you're still here. To get the prompts to move forward or backwards through the prompts, you roll a d10 and a d6, and the result of that is the number of prompts you go up or go back down. And so in this case, I have 3 minus 2, which is 1, so I'm going up 1. Alternatively, that could have been 2 minus 3, which would have been minus 1, which I would have gone back 1. So we're going up 1 to prompt 40. And the prompt is this: how do you conceal yourself while you sleep? What steps have you taken for protection? Check a skill and create a resource. Create a mortal servant character if you like. Oof. Well, I technically still have Oswine, though I don't know how. Oh. I've had him now. When did I first meet Oswine? I met him in. He should still be in here. Oh wow! I met him in 10. I met him in 1052. It is now 1075. I think is what I had. 1080. It's now 1080. He has been my servant now for 30 years. Wow. Wow. Um, that so he is probably getting up there in age. 28, 28. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, he's been my servant for 28 years, and wow. So he's probably getting up there in age now. I can math. I'm glad one of us can math good. Wintermute. I'm glad one of us can. Um, so, all right. Do I want to? I'm not sure if I want to create another mortal servant character. I think I kind of want to. Because Oswine is getting up. I have a feeling he's getting up there in age, and he isn't going to be able to handle too much moving around if I do, if I move around, when I move around again, because I will. It is inevitable that you will move you could move several times. And I really don't think he's going to be up to moving around again. So I think I'm going to create, I think I'm going to create another mortal servant character who I think is just going to join us. And what steps have I taken for protection? Oof. And I don't know if I have anything left in that memory of finding Oswine. Um, Wintermute asks on that prompt roll, does the 0 on the d10 count as 0 or 10? It counts as 10. So if you have 0 on your d10 and a 2, so that would be 10 minus 2, which would be 8, and you would advance that much. Alternatively, you could also have, well, no, you couldn't. You couldn't actually. I was gonna say you could have a 1 minus 10, but no, you can't. You can only have a 1, you can only do like a 1 minus 6 because the number that you're subtracting is the d6. Um, but so yeah, right. So, and I can't add anything more to the servitors, but I'm not ready to get rid of this memory. Um, Now I could maybe I can loosely. So the D10 minus 1 D8 roll would give a range of -4 to -5 to +4. I haven't worked out the average of it. Probably probably. Um that I think that's been about my average, though you can have large jumps. I have seen them. I have seen them. A friend of mine played this game. He introduced it to me, and he had a couple of really big jumps of 6 and 8, which brought him to sort of end game in a very 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 quickly. Yeah, but that would probably be about the average. I am I'm going to take your word on that. I am not very math savvy. Um, but yeah, I could probably loosely connect this with memory one in that I've had, I mean, technically, Eric the physician was my, oh, sorry, Wintermute says, oh, wait, never mind, -5 to +9. Yeah, 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 that would be, yeah, that's your range, yes. Anywhere in between, anywhere in between those numbers is absolutely fair game. Um, so now Eric the town's physician technically was he was not a servant, he was a captive of mine. And captive only really long enough to treat Oswine, to um to nurse him back to health. So I don't know if that actually counts. I'm thinking no. I'm gonna have to create a new memory, I think. Um, Fear of hiding from the body. Yeah. I'm gonna have to create a new. Do I forget turning Roger? Do I forget about Roger hunting me? I'll know I've turned. I'll know I've turned a man named Roger. Winter Muses lurk. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For lurking. Um, I'll remember turning a man named Roger, but I won't remember him having hunted me, which is possible, which is a possibility. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I have forgotten. Um, oh no, I will forget having turned him as well. That's, well, actually, I'm not gonna completely forget that. I'm not gonna forget it completely. I think right now it is too important of a memory, so it is going in my diary. Um, there we go. It's going in my diary. I now remember it verbatim. I now remember it as it happened. Everything in there is verbatim now. I only remember it in the abstract. So, how do I conceal myself while I sleep? What steps have you taken for protection? Check a skill and create a resource. Create a mortal servant character if you like. Um, all right. I think I'm going to connect it in a way to Oswine, to the servitors, because he had a ritual. So I think that's going to be part of that, part of how I conceal myself, and part of the what steps have I taken for protection. All right, so every night, Oswine, um, and this is let's keep it year 1070 or 1080. Sorry, I don't know what is time. Every night, Oswine for 28 years without fail, has prayed prayed to, oh, what did I have him praying to? Um, did I forget? Have I completely forgotten that? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. It's still there. It's still in my known memories. It should be. Yes, it is. I'm not yet ready to forget it. Um, praying to, yeah, praying to the moon. Has prayed to the moon to protect me. This ritual prayer to this ritual prayer. Sorry. Over the years, he has taken to carving crescent moons out of bits of bone he has found on our travels, and carries them around in a small black pouch. At night, he he puts them around my bed as an added step of protection, as an added layer of protection. Though I do not completely understand, I have taken great comfort knowing I mean enough to him to warrant him doing this. Recently, a second recently young man has taken notice and has started joining Oswine in his rituals. Actually, I'm not really supposed to edit this, but I'm going to. Recently, Oswine has chosen a young man to carry on, serving me, as as time has been wearing him down. This young man, and I'm still in the Dutch settlement, so um, this young man Osk, has taken his new role seriously and has sworn devotion to it. In many ways, this gives me far more comfort than the status I had back home ever could have. Alright, that was prompt 40. So, I have a new character. I think I'm going to put him underneath Oswine. His name is Osk. He's a mortal. And he is a servitor of lineage trained by Oswine. Oh, and I create a resource as well. Well, I suppose the carvings, those little crescent moon carvings. I now have a collection of crescent moon crescent moons made out of bone. And check a skill. I know Viking aristocracy. That's really a skill that could have. I mentioned it earlier, but a skill that really could have gone away a very very long time ago. All right. I just realized that I believe I have completely forgotten I've completely forgotten my first name, the first name I ever had. So I'm going to strike that out now while while I'm remembering because I don't think. Yep, that's in my discarded memory. So I have completely forgotten who I am. Or I've completely forgotten where I've come from. And that's what happens in this game. That is precisely what happens in this game. You will forget who you are, who you were when you were mortal, where you came from. You will forget your parents. You will forget their names. It's kind of sad when it happens, but it happens. It'll happen in just about every playthrough. All right, onward and upward. Let's go. Our next prompt: 6 - 2, which is 4. So we're going up to prompt 44. Oh my. Prompt 24 is this: an immortal character you've met returns to claim a debt. What is it? How have they changed? Do you pay willingly? If you have a memory of this character, oh wow. If you have a memory of this character, you lose 2 resources. If if not, then lose 3 resources and check a skill. Pardon my French, but holy fuck. Um, wow. Um, Oh dear. All right. Well, um, okay. Well, let's see. Let's see who I have. First of all, so these are my immortal characters. I have Bjorn, who was the vampire who turned me. I have Roger, who was a smith, and then he ultimately started hunting me. I turned him into a vampire, and then we have Edith and Edna, who are the witches. Edith stole my mother's sword, which I now don't remember ever having. And then there's Edna, who is a descendant of Edith. Ah, um, and see, I only have three resources left. I have my servitors, I have the pendant, and I have the collection of crescent moons. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with these two things, really. So I really only have three resources at all that I can actually get rid of. Um, checking and then checking a skill. That's fine. To settle a debt. Who would want to that this is the question I need to ask myself is who would want a debt? I don't think Bjorn would. Um, I really don't think he would need a debt to be paid. I sort of I kind of already paid it, really. When I killed my father, that was sort of the I guess I didn't have to kill my father for Bjorn, but I did. Um, Roger would have a he'd have an axe to grind. He'd probably still have an axe to grind. Edith would still have an axe to grind, but I don't know what debt she would need to claim. Edna would maybe have a debt to claim because she hasn't told anybody about me. I mean, I know she did it in response to me helping her get what she needed. Um, I think it's gonna have to be Roger. I think Roger is gonna be the one who's gonna. It just makes so much more sense to me, and um, and I think I do still have a memory of Roger, which means I need to lose. So I only lose two resources because I technically still have a memory of Roger. I do not remember turning him anymore, but I still have a memory of him. So let's add it to memory four. Let's it says an immortal character you've met returns. I mean, technically, I created it. Well, I guess I kind of met him. I'm gonna run with it. I'm gonna run with it with Roger. I am not going to second guess myself on this, or at least I'm gonna try not to. So Roger comes back, turns to claim a debt, or is it Edna? Or is it Edna? And is that debt? Um, she didn't. She hasn't told anybody about me because it would be a bigger debt than what I. Yeah, actually, I think I'm gonna connect this to Edna. That makes a little bit more sense than Roger. I still lose two resources. Um, so this is Edna. Um, and I'm going to fast forward a bit in time. So this is I'm going to fast forward a little bit. So this will be year 1080. Let's make it 1080. Let's make it 1082. Say a couple of years have gone by. I've done a little bit of moving, and Edna's come caught up with me. Ostwine, Osk, I have traveled along Greenland's southern coast. Stopping in small communities for not much longer. A fortnight. Night. Um, Eventually, we come to another Danish settlement and decide to stay for decide to stay for a while. However, our hopes, our plans quickly go awry. While enjoying a pint in a tavern, a familiar face enters the establishment. It is Edna. She does not look happy. She does not look happy to see me. She tells me that keeping my keeping my location, keeping my identity, my true identity and location secret has given her more trouble than she feels it is worth. And now has a score to settle with. Um, tells me tells me she tells me settle with me, and she will not take no for an answer. When I ask what it is she wants from me, she points. Yep, she points to Oswine and Osk. They they will cease protecting me and serve her instead. First, I refuse. But when she threatens to kill them, when she threatens to kill them, I reluctantly agree. I reluctantly agree to her terms. That very night, she leaves the town. My servitors and the moon-shaped bones they used to protect her. I wasn't entirely expecting to lose my servitors, but apparently I have. And that was prompt 44. All right, so I've lost my servitors. And I've lost the collection of crescent moons. So the only resource I have, I'm just gonna move. I'm just gonna move some things around here. So I no longer have my sword. I no longer have my servants. I no longer have my servitors. And I no longer have the collection of bones. I'm just gonna separate that. So really the only resource I have left, I have one resource left, and that is the pendant. That is the hammer-shaped pendant that I got from Roger. Um, my diary technically is not a resource, though it is something that can be lost. Um, it's just I have it in my resources so that I remember that it is a thing I have. Well, that went in a direction that I was not expecting it to. And I'm just gonna make a note. I am actually gonna make a note to myself that um, that I lost that. I lost them. Prompt 44. And I lost that at prompt 24. Or prompt 44. And that is the fun with this game, that it can take you in some very, very interesting directions. All right, so we're almost an hour and 20 minutes into this, so we've got about 40 minutes left in the stream. Let's keep going. Let's and all right. Sorry, give me one moment. It seems that um my dice tray camera has oh, my dice tray camera has decided to fail me. There we go. All right, that was not a roll. There we go. That is better. All right, it is up. I guess when my phone eventually decides it's going to, go to sleep, so does the app I'm using to for the camera. All right, so let's see what. So that was a roll, but because that roll, technically, because the roll did not actually show up on camera, it is not going. It does not. It didn't show up on camera when I rolled it. It doesn't count. So if it doesn't show up on camera, that is my rule. If it does not show up on camera, it does not count. So we have 2 minus 1, which is 1. Onward to prompt 44. We're going through this really quickly, aren't we? I've had lots of 1s and 2s tonight. I swear, the tortoises at work sometimes move faster than the prompts do. Seriously, you should see tortoises when they really want to go somewhere. They go. when they really want to go somewhere, they go. All right. Oh, okay. Prompt 45. Your body is undergoing further corruption and change. What do you first note when do you first notice these new changes? Create a mark. I get a new mark. All right. Um, and so for those of you haven't watched or haven't played this, or haven't watched the first couple of streams, a mark. Marks are somewhere. There it is. A mark is a thing that your vampire will get. The first one is given is given to them when they become a vampire. And it could be anything. It could be like what I have there. Um, a deep bite mark on my right wrist. I wear a glove to hide it, sort of like a Michael Jackson thing. Um, and but it could be anything. It could be anything. It could be that there's the vampire that I did a playthrough of this before doing this stream just to get an idea of the game. She ended up with a broken ankle, permanently broken ankle, so she walked with a limp. She later ended up, I think, with gashes along one arm, and that um, they never bled; they were just constantly open. So, all right, well, let's see where I can put this first of all. Oh wow. Sorry, I have my window open, and the cicadas are really loud tonight. Um, right. So my body is undergoing further corruption and change. When do I notice these changes? Where can I put this? I don't know if I actually have a place to put it within my memories because I don't think I can connect it to Eric. Um, he was just someone I had as a captive, as a captive to, um, in order to help Oswine. And this one is the memory two is moving around. Um, Ultimately, and sort of adopting the my other names. Memory three is about the ritual, and what they do to protect me, and how I got the little moons that Edna promptly stole. I've lost two things to witches now. This is not going very well. Um, and memory four is in relation to Roger, and memory five is Edna. So I need to forget something. And I think I'm going to forget about Eric. And I think I'm going to completely forget about Eric. He's really not important enough to put in my diary. Um, so yeah, no, he's not important enough at all, really. Um, so this is going to go into my discard pile of memories, and this would be second memory one. And that is memory five. Second memory one. All right. All right. So let's see how let's see what changes have been happening to my body. Let's see. And let's fast forward another few years. Because I think after this, I've probably been doing a lot. I'm probably now really a bit of a nomad. I've lost my servitors. I yeah, yeah, I have. I've lost my servitors. Um, I don't know if Edna is going to reveal my location and what I am to people. So I think I'm a bit of a nomad now, roaming around Greenland. So let's make this 10. Let's make this about 1085. So it's been about 3 years. I've been roaming around. I've been a nomad for about 3 years. After Edna took servitors from me, when Edna took my servitors from me, promptly left, promptly left the Danish town and refused refused to set foot in another mortal town again. In another mortal town. Instead, I roamed the land, moving further and further away from the southern coast. Soon, I first cold and rugged terrain was hard on me. Eventually, I don't really know when or how it happened. My feet began to change. Thick white fur began to grow from my ankles down, and soles of my feet became thick, and became tough, better able to grip snow and ice on which I walked. I no longer felt cold the ground as I traveled. And I suddenly felt more akin. I suddenly felt more akin to large white bears I shared the land with. And that is prompt 45. So, my new mark. My feet have thick, helps if I can type, have thick white fur and tough foot pads. Just to my, just for my own sake, think polar bear or a lynx. That kind of fur, that kind of, that kind of foot. Um, and right now, because I'm a nomad, I don't, I haven't seen people in a while, so I don't think I may or may not I may or may not hide them yet. I don't know. I'll probably um, um, the always wear large boots to hide them will probably come later when I if I eventually get back into human civilization. But there we go. I have feet like a polar bear. Um, and really, actually, a polar bear's feet are actually really remarkable. To when you see them up close, they're fascinating. All right, onward and upward. Let's see what the dice give us. Nothing. One minus one is zero. So this means we stay on prompt 45. However, um, each prompt in this game has three parts to it. Um, so there's the initial one that you come to, and then if you happen to either roll a roll like I just did there, sorry, let me just move my D10 up a little bit. It was hidden by the link. Um, you stay on that prompt, but then you go to the second part of it. There are three parts altogether. So which means you can do a prompt three times over. Um, if you land on it another time, if you end up on the same prompt, pardon me, a fourth time, and then you just skip it and you roll again. Um, so the second, let's see what the let's see what the second part of this prompt is. Okay. Your body is becoming more effective as it becomes less human. Create a skill based on one of your marks. All right. Which, I mean, it makes sense. I'm a vampire. I'm not human anymore. Or I'm becoming less human, and especially with this, now that I'm a nomad, I I haven't seen humans in quite a while. So yeah. All right. So I think I'm gonna connect this. I believe. Yeah. I'm gonna connect this um to my feet. Um, and let's see. Um, with my um yeah, let's keep it the same here. 1080, 1085, sorry. With my feet more adept handling cold, handling, yeah, the cold and rugged terrain. I am able to travel farther. I'm able to travel farther, own my skills, own my skills as a hunter. Um, Fur and pads on my feet make my footsteps almost silent as I stalk my prey. As I stalk my prey. As I stalk my prey. And And I don't normally edit this, but I'm going to amend this a little bit. Fur on my feet make my footsteps almost silent as I stalk my prey, and the pads, my soles, give me give me give me traction on the snow, and I am able to move faster. See, I just realized that this didn't actually tell me to write anything. It didn't tell me to create a memory based on anything. It actually just told me to create a skill based on my mark. But you know what? I'm not going to delete any of this. I'm just going to go with with what I did. I actually did it. I did this previously. I think in the first episode, it didn't actually tell me. It did not actually tell me to create a memory, but I did anyway, just for the sake of having it. Um, um, and I am able to move faster. Having silent footsteps also allows me to travel near the towns if I like, and not be heard. A feat I welcome. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it there. That just seems good. So that was prompt 45A. And I guess the skill I can create is I move like a polar bear. Not quite. Um, my feet, my footsteps are silent. There we go. All right, so I've got about 15 minutes left, so I've got time for probably one more prompt for this stream. So let's get to it. All right, I have 10 minus 5, which is 5. So we were on prompt 45, so we're moving up to prompt 50. All right, this is All right, I got to figure out how I. Well, actually, now that I'm moving back closer to the towns, this is, actually might be a little bit fitting. Prompt 50 is: you are captured in a trap set for predatory mortals. What sort of criminal are you taken to be? How does this experience help you learn to better prey on mortals? Make a new skill that sours the purity of a pleasant memory. Well then, see, I've been away. It's actually really interesting because I had this prompt in my first playthrough, on just on my own, and it was really easy to do because I was already preying on men at this point. I hadn't become a nomad. I hadn't left society. Um, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting trying to tie this in. Um, Sours the purity of a pleasant memory. Okay, let me take a look and see if I can find a pleasant memory. Um, because this is Edna. Oh no, sorry, this is me. I mean, it could sour. I mean, this actually isn't. This memory is not bad in any way, shape, or form. It's just that, it's just me. My. It's probably gonna have to sour this memory because this is me, becoming more adept at moving around my terrain. I'm sort of evolving. Um, and yeah, because this is moving, and it's not the most pleasant memories because it's not the most pleasant experiences because it's me moving. I mean, the only pleasant one would be meeting Oswine, and gaining the servitors. Um, hmm. This one is quite pleasant, though I don't know how it could sour what I could do to sour it. Um, unless the only thing I could do is twist the prompt a little bit, and instead of being in a trap that's set for the broad stroke predatory mortals, it's a trap that's set for me, possibly. Because the thing with these prompts is you don't always have to take them. You don't have to do everything in the prompt. Um, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to take it. Really, I'm not. No, I don't know if I'm going to be able to take it verbatim. Um, and then memory four, not really a pleasant memory, because that's Roger coming back to tell me, that I have ruined his life. Um, and then five is losing my servitors. Ultimately is gaining, is Edna. actually. Sorry, is Edna. Finding her again and then having her come back and steal Oswine and Osk. Um, so yeah, hmm. You know what? I think I'm actually going to connect it to this one somehow. Um, somehow. Um, mm, actually, you know what? No, no. I think I think I'm actually going to have to forget something. Um, and yeah, I am. I'm going to forget something, I believe. And I think I'm going to forget moving around. I have now forgotten how Oswine came to me. Um, but I think I have room in my diary, and I think Oswine is, yes, I have one more spot in my diary. So there we go. Now my diary is full, completely full. So if I want to add another, so I can't move add another memory. But if I really want to, I have to get rid of what's in my diary. I have to get rid of. I have to um, I have to write over the entry that is there, recarve it. Because right now my diary is a helmet and I have these carvings, these little drawings etched into it. Um, I would have to completely forget. I'd be rewriting the diary essentially, overwriting it, I suppose. And yeah, if when that time comes, should be interesting. All right, so yes, this is gonna go in memory too. Um, and ah, apparently I'm going to be a vampire with morals. In a sense. Okay, so I'm gonna fast forward. Am I gonna fast forward a little bit? Yeah, let's fast forward a year. So it's 1086. Um, and yeah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Um, this may or may not be inspired by my current job, but you know, um, I'm gonna run with it. I have been now. You know, I'm running with it. I'm running with it. I am not second guessing myself. I am running with it. I have been tracking a group of poachers. Of poachers? Tracking a group of, yeah, I'll call them poachers. Actually, let's call them trophy hunters. I have been tracking a group of trophy hunters that have been after family of bears for a week. In my time as a nomad, I've come to respect my fellow apex predator. And 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 maybe it's because they smell something not quite human about me. They have let me alone as well. I have not hunted man in a very long time. And currently, they aren't on my main menu. However, this group is. Eventually, I find them camped for the night. Camped for the night near a small village. And move in to attack. Before I can follow through on my attack, I fall into a deep hole. When I get to my feet again, I realize I've fallen into a trap. The locals had set up for the very band trophy hunters I'd been tracking. However, I am unable to convince them However, those who have caught me think I am part of that band. I am a part, think I am one of those hunters, and I cannot convince them otherwise. After a while, they leave, and I know their intention is to leave me there to die a slow death. Fortunately for me, mm, actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm not gonna do that. Um, after a while, they they pull me out to issue me some kind of sentence, to issue me some kind of punishment. Fortunately, I am able to get away before they can. Before they can. And as I flee into the wilderness, realize I need to pay closer attention to the ground in front of me. Alright. 50 is that one. And a new skill that sours the purity of a pleasant memory. And really the only pleasant memory I have is now that I now have is the feet, I think. I don't think I have anything that'll sour. I don't know if I can sour that. Um, new skill. Um, Wow, I actually, that's something I can't actually think. Um, I can't come up with. Because really, it would have to be in relation to memory one, because it sort of is pleasant. Or I don't know. I don't know if this. I mean, what I could do is something like I'm no longer under protection. It's not necessarily a good skill to have. It's not a. I mean, it would sour that. Or no. I have learned. I know how to protect myself. I think that's what that's going to be now. Yes. I can protect myself, and that um, that would sour. I say memory three, but it's memory three. Yeah, memory three. It would sour um Osrine's rituals of protection and you know I don't have that. I don't have the protection anymore. So which is kind of sad. So yeah, that would kind of sour, I think, that pleasant memory of having, you know, of having that protection because I no longer have it. Um, so yeah, and that, my friends, brings me to the end of tonight's stream of Thousand Year Old Vampire. I thank you, those who tuned in. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really need to remember to do this actually at the beginning. I am Jen, um, and I'm getting into doing into live streaming journaling RPGs. I'm a writer, so doing something like this is a lot of fun. It reminds me, sort of how to work through, to get it helps me get the creative juices flowing. Um, and I mean, this is a great, great game. Uh, Again, I've mentioned this in other streams, but it reminds me to throw the plan out the window. Um, I am a habitual planner normally when I write, but this it just forces me to, you can have a little bit of a plan, and sometimes it works. Sometimes the prompts work in your favor. Other times, the game is essentially the dog in Duck Hunt that, when you miss all the ducks and it pops out of the grass and goes, it's kind of it's sometimes what it does. It kind of looks at you and goes, ha ha, we're not doing that now. We're doing this now. And, you just have to go with it. And it's great. It's a lovely, lovely game. I'm actually just gonna I'm gonna make myself a little bit bigger here while I'm chatting. You, there I am. And, yeah, it is a lovely, lovely game. I'm actually going to pull the book out. I may have to sort of lean over here as I pull the book cover up so you can see me. I may have to pull that up here. There we go. I'm just going to lean over here so you can see. So the book cover is right there, um, right there beside me. That is the hardcover of the player's book. The PDF is available at the link below, right there, at timhutchings.itch.io. And the PDF is available for, I believe it's $15 US. And he's just released the second printing for the PDF. I have ordered a second printing of the hardcover book, um, and I can't wait for that to ship. I cannot wait to have it in my hands to possibly be able to read to look at the prompts through in that are in the book, and take a look at the artwork that's in the book. And there's so many little details that are in it. It's that that are they're in the PDF as well, but I think actually having being able to actually physically look at the details and really look at the details will be amazing. um so yeah, so this is me. If you like what you see, please give me a follow. Give me a follow here on Twitch. And I will be putting this up on YouTube. And if you are watching this on YouTube, please also give me a follow. Please subscribe. Hit the little bell on Twitch and on YouTube so you know when I next go live. That would be greatly appreciated. I'm looking to build some kind of a little bit of a community doing this. I have another game lined up for when this wraps up, for when my vampire eventually gets destroyed. And I do have another one lined up. But if you know of any other solo journaling RPGs that you'd like to see me do, send them my way, and I'll take a look at them. And maybe I'll stream them here for you. So yeah, so that's been me. And I'm just gonna pull the book down here, and there we go. And so yeah, so that has been me. I do hope you have enjoyed yourself. Those who have stuck around, thank you so very much for tuning in. And I hope all of you have a safe week. Um, you know, do everything that you need to. Wash your hands, wear a mask when you need to, and just stay safe with everything that's going on. And I hope to see you back here next week for what will be part 5 of Tim Hutchings' Dozen-Year-Old Vampire. Until then, I will bid you all a very safe week, and we'll see you next time.